Have you ever gone outside to touch some grass and suddenly you felt something weird and you just can't escape that feeling like you had something to do? Some people call it backlog. I usually treat it more like my arch nemesis. For those lost souls that don't know why they're in this video, a backlog consists of a list of games that a person has acquired and never played. Sometimes we just have a few bucks here and there and Lord Gaben destroys our minds with a good old Steam sale. The point is that every gamer has a backlog, and clearing it is a lost art that only the strongest of us master. So this year, playing as much as I could from mine was a huge objective. But eventually, as I beat all the Diablo games in the franchise, I got curious to know what are the most backlogged games. Thankfully, How Long to Beat has a list of the most backlogged games on the platform, so we'll use it as our basis for this video. With 12.7k backlogs, Portal 2 is our 10th place on the list. One of the greatest games ever created, Portal 2 brings the formula of the original game to new heights. This game is amazing, and I'm not part of this number, as I've beaten the game and the co-op missions already. I guess that the main reason that this is even on the list, considering its short length with an average of only 8.5 hours to be beaten, is the fact that Valve just puts it in very, and I mean very, cheap prices during Steam sales. Fallout New Vegas is our 9th place on the list, with 13.2k backlogs. The first on the list that actually makes a bit of sense. Open world, RPG, a lot to do, not a lot of explanation. I can see why it would be in a list like this. And well, in this one I'm guilty. I dropped New Vegas back in 2016, but I had a good reason. My PC ran it like a potato. Like, no jokes, at the time I rarely got higher than 20 FPS, and still got 13 hours in the game. So it's fair to assume that I liked it. I have zero knowledge on the franchise, and also zero interest in playing the games nowadays, even though I have them all in my Steam account, thanks to Gaben. With an expected 27.5 hours for the main story or 60 for main plus extras, I can easily understand why this one is in so many backlogs. Borderlands 2, with 13.5k backlogs. The second game in the franchise is the classic, Bigger and Better. It used to be very popular back then, but nowadays it just feels like the franchise faded away. My interest in the franchise died as soon as I beat the first game, so yes, Borderlands 2 is in my backlog. All I have played of the game was co-op with a friend, and my only objective while playing it was to try and replicate a bug we had when my friend crashed with the car and flew away. It is a very long game, so I guess it's fair to be on the list, even though it's more than 10 years old. Hollow Knight, with 13.3k backlogs, I feel like this one is also very understandable. It is a hard game and a Metroidvania, so there is a lot of backtracking and death, like many deaths. The sequel, Hollow Knight Silksong, does not have an official date for release, but it also must have made this number go up. And yes, this game is on my backlog. In fact, I have to be honest here, I had no fucking clue that I got this game. I guess someone gifted it on my birthday or something, and well, I didn't touch it ever since. With 13.7k backlogs, the 6th on the list is Tomb Raider. This game is always very cheap on sale, and it sold very well overall. It is a very straight-to-the-point adventure game, and it's not a very lengthy game with 12 to 17 hours of duration depending on your gameplay style. So, most likely, the reason that it is on the list is the same as for Portal 2, a well-known game that goes for very cheap on sale. I beat the game in 2014, so thankfully, it is not on my backlog. In our 5th place we have The Witcher 2, with 14.9k backlogs. I mean, this one would be an easy guess to be on the list. The Witcher franchise is full of lengthy games, and with the popularity that The Witcher got with the third game and the Netflix series, it surely gave the previous games a big boost in users. This one is on my backlog. In fact, all 3 games are, and to be honest, I have no idea when I would play it. I feel like it's such a gigantic quantity of hours to play in the franchise that I end up not even considering these games. With 16.3k backlogs, the latest entry in the BioShock series is the first of them that we see in this list, and the 4th place. And considering that we have BioShock 1 with 17k backlogs as our 3rd place, and BioShock 2 with 17.1k backlogs, I can only assume that the reason they're in so many people's backlogs is that they were in so many things, like free for PS Plus owners, free in Epic Game Store, and the whole collection goes for very cheap in basically every single possible sale. As for me, BioShock 1 and Infinite are among my top 5 games ever, so I can probably say that none of these games are on my backlog. And for first place, with the prize of the most expected game to be on the first of this list, The Witcher 3, with 18.4k backlogs. Most of the reasons that apply for the second game also apply here. A gigantic open world game with really lengthy gameplay, and it actually goes for kind of cheap in sales. As said for The Witcher 2, this one is also on my backlog. I shiver only to think about how long these games are, and with so little time to play nowadays, it's very hard to get into big games like these. My conclusion here is that, man, first, I got lots of games to play, and second, I have to stop buying shit that I won't play right now. But to be honest, I did way better than expected, with 5 played and beaten out of 10 games. What about you? How many games on the list did you already beat? For now, that's it. Thanks for watching. This channel is my safe haven to talk about the things that I love the most, and your support will be greatly appreciated. If you enjoyed the video, consider helping the channel in any way, shape, or form. We also have end credits on Patreon. Absolutely any help will be simply amazing. Until the next one. Bye.